It's Tybug. Ooh, I zoomed in on my face a little bit, I think. But hi everyone, it's Ty. Welcome back to stream. I know it's been a little bit, and I did have a little random stream to do my Sephora sale recs, but I'm back for the time being, at least. I'm still not like on a consistent schedule, but I'm trying as much as I can. Why do I never remember how to do this? No, I've forgotten how to moderate. Where is my option? This is not. No, what I want. There we go. Show my mod icons. Yeah. Why is that so hard for me to remember? You would think it'd be a little bit easier, given how many times that's happened to me. But we're gonna play Genshin Impact today, and we're gonna go back to Fontaine, and we're gonna, I don't know what part of the story quest I'm on, but we're gonna continue from where I was and find out more about this beautiful world of Fontaine. I'm wondering where Tartaglia went. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Catnajo? And what he is doing here in particular. I don't know. I would assume he's not the one taking the Gnosis again. I feel like maybe he's on the run or doing something a little bit more within his goals instead of the Fatui's goals. But that might just be hopeful thinking. But let's see. I am already logged on, so let's get on to it. Ayo. Oh, and I don't know if I told you guys, but my blue light glasses broke, so I got another pair. They're the exact same ones, though. I was able to find the exact same ones. Oh, and there's also the new character. What is his name? Walter Forsey. Do they say his name? Because I would like to be able to know what his name is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Emissary of Solitary Iniquity? It's not inequity? That doesn't sound right. But he is a ice guy. Cryo guy. Feel a little subdued today. Probably because it's so freaking hot. It's very hot today. Oh, he's so pretty! Oh, and he had... Oh my god. OMG. I swoon. I swoon. I can't. Oh my goodness. And he has a little wolf on him. Look at those boots. Boots and boys. Boots and boys. Oh, he's kind of like, Yellen? Is he?
Get a little chilly.
Ooh. Wait, how does his ability work?
A moment, please.
Oh, it just dashes forward. Ooh, but he kicks. I kind of like him. He reminds me of Heijo a little bit with his fighting style.
Have a safe trip.
He is whipping them handcuffs. Oh, I didn't even notice his health was going down. That must be why they put Bennett on the team. I like how they made these trials a lot more in depth now. Like they show different levels of characters, like enemies. So it's not just all one super easy. You get to see the characters more in depth. Whoopsies.
Now.
Yay! I like him. But I just pulled for Nuevolet. And I don't know if I don't have anything, I don't think, to pull for him. Because I also think I got Nuevolet on soft pity. So, what do they want from me now? So I don't think I have any pity built up, so I would have to start entirely from scratch for him. I could get some Intertwined Fate, but I was kind of thinking of saving up for a weapon, just because my weapons aren't that great. Oh, it's a new month! I forgot it was a new month! But can I only afford one? Sad. Sadness. And how many of these I can get 43 of them. It's just, I don't really have the time or willpower to build him right now. And I don't know what his build materials are. Yeah, because I just got Novelet, so I have one pity. Only one the pity. I have nothing. So, oh, and Venti's back. I love Venti. Venti's my boy. Okay. Because, see, where's my Nuev? Oh, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but I did do Klee for Halloween. I kind of did a closet cosplay of her. And I really liked it. I did so much sewing to make her outfit and everything. Not her outfit, but like added the accessories and like the bows. It was so much fun. It's on my Instagram. And where's my Nuevolet? There you are, Nuevolet. His hair is so pretty. But anyways, I didn't give him a weapon. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. Can you use this? Ooh, what does he scale on? I haven't looked at anything for him really other than leveling him up. Hydro damage. While charging up Novelet will gather the power of the what? Blip, 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 blip. Charged attack, ally, hydro damaged. Does this? I forget how I figured out how to do the scale for what they scaled off of. So does he just scale off of... What? Is he just like normal? Oh, thank you. What do you need, sir? Venerable institution. You must first unlock the passive talent, Heir to the Seas, Ancient Seas Authority. Additionally, his interruption resistance will be increased while using the charge. So is he a charged attack dude? I wish they would just say, this is what he scales off of. So maybe he scales off the Elemental Mastery because he does so much AoE. And the artifacts, eventually, what people are using will be shown. That's nice. Yeah, they don't have that up yet. But I was able to get him to 50. The seahorse isn't actually too bad to fight. But these are a little bit of a pain to find still. But I did a lot of underwater exploring to unlock most of the waypoints in Fontaine. So I did get a lot of the underwater ones done just because I wanted to explore underwater a little bit. But I still have a lot more to explore. I mean, I don't even think I have 21% explored. 22%. 3%. Fire! Hi, Fire! Hello! I love you. Wow, that came just straight out of the soul. I love all of you guys. In the way that a creator can love their followers. Let's go to Poisson. El Poisson, El Poisson. I love El Poisson. What were you guys for Halloween? I must know. Halloween is like my favorite holiday. I feel like I've said that a lot. And it should be a well-known fact. But it is my favorite. Okay, so when we left off, we are at... Oh, there it is. It's up there. We are at the headquarters of the people who live under the city. I forgot if they're like rebels or something or what their thing is. Can I go down there? I mean, I would think so. Left, control. Control? Yes, I can go underwater here. Ooh. What's this? What's this? It's so pretty. And I love that the little jellyfish goes out of its bubble to be under. You're Little Red Riding Hood? One of my friends was Little Red Riding Hood too. I see so many cute Little Red Riding Hood outfits. It's spectacular. Oh, and the jellyfish. I love these little jellyfish. When I was first farming for what is his name? Novelette, I thought one of his mats were the jellyfish. So I kept collecting so many of them. And then imagine my surprise when I went to ascend him. I didn't have any of the materials for him. Because I just assumed it was an underwater thing. But it was the wrong underwater thing that I was collecting. Did I pass? Oh, I guess the Hydroculus. Hydroculus is above water. Ooh, what's this glowing thing? Is it... Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's me. It's on me. Huh? Why do I have a glowing thing with me? Oh, it's my attack thing. How did I never notice that before? I do not remember there being a little glowing thing next to me. Okay, well, how do I get out of here? Whoosh! Ooh. Whee! Oh, I missed it. Will this take me out? Ah! Wah! It does. Oh no, where am I going now? Oh.
I ride on wind and cloud alike.
It's important to inspect your diving equipment regularly.
My bangs. They've been pretty messy recently. So I've been pushing them to the side. Kava. Okay, where am I supposed to be? Up there. Upstairs. Hi, bird. How been? I've been okay. I've been busy. I'm taking a new class that analyzes video game narrative, and it's been really interesting. One of the games we had to take a look at was... This Is Us? Is that what it was? No, Life is Strange. Life is Strange is what we had to take a look at, which was pretty interesting. So I wrote a paper on Genshin Impact. I get credit for playing Genshin Impact now. Just for playing video games. It's been a lot of fun, and I've been learning a lot of things about video game design. How do I get upstairs? Oh. Cat! Wait, what? I am lost. I am just a lost child. Wait, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be over there. Why did I think I was supposed to be there? Hold up. I am so confused. Am I supposed to be above ground? Oh, no. Okay.
It is settled then.
What kind of
Please
topics?
excuse me
Ooh,
and
I'll get to
enjoy
that.
your conversation.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus. Excuse me, miss.
Ooh, her hair's
Do you need
pretty.
anything from us?
What's this? Oh, I forgot about that. It's been a little bit.
Oh. Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
She's not used to people not liking her.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't
know how to
I
face
was
them.
supposed to face the two of you.
Oh. Crazy hair. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It really is crazy hair. I need to put on like a hair mask or something. Wow, crazy hair day. Maybe I'll put the hair tie back in. That was crazier than I thought it was gonna be. What was I for Halloween? I was Cleo in her new outfit.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
Yeah, the little girl's like, money ain't gonna do nothing for me.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
I think she understands that.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. Her father did something that wasn't exactly necessary and died.
You don't understand at all.
Oh, 'cause he was in that fight thing. The fight for justice, and he let himself die. Right?
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift.
Nothing. Just you be like, I'm
I
so
know.
sorry.
Only the full truth could bring closure to you.
I like her. And your Cleedle's not in your Discord? Oh, I should post it there. Good idea. Good idea.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Jacques. I don't remember who Jacques is.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
Well, I'm glad they clarified that.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless he had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal...
She looked so guilty. I feel so bad for her.
He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
Okay, why they add this
They
cutscene?
found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Okay.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Aww.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
She just looks so sad. They designed her so well with the
Which
little
is why
sad
I'm
face.
the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
Because that's just how it works.
Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. you still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Mm-hmm. There, I put it in Discord,
Papa
my
was a
Clee.
really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Yeah. Let's mess things up.
Thank you. I'm very
Let's
grateful to
overthrow
hear
the
this.
structure of Fontaine, just like we've done to all the other lands we've
Different
gone
from
to.
others. Your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
That's little ghost. Testimony from Jacques' family. Family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was it there more to the incident? Next piece of the clue.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Nope, I wasn't supposed to do that. Whoopsies. Whoopsies, how do I get back up? Do I have to go the long way? Oh, man. I thought I figured it out. I was wrong. Back up we go. Sprint, Chongyun, sprint! I considered being Chongyun for Halloween too, but I feel like this is more of something that you either need to like sew by hand, because I really don't know how I would have gotten these pieces like for a closet cosplay. So I feel like I would have just had to buy the costume as it is, or sewn it myself, which I don't know how to sew yet. A Hawaiian. I feel like that's a last name. Alnofa or Alfono.
I take my meals cold to quiet
I've
the
seen
spirits
some
and calm my
reasonably
violent
priced
emotions.
costumes, you
Genshin
know,
infused water with ice is the most
cosplays of Genshin Impact characters, but I don't know, it's a little bit harder for me to justify because then I can only wear it for a cosplay instead of like if I were to do a closet cosplay, I could wear it for other things. I just don't know how I would wear this costume for other things. But yeah, this was another consideration I wanted to do. It just looks so comfy. And it's like a jumpsuit. It would be fun to learn how to sew, because I did a lot of hand sewing for my Klee costume, which took forever. It took me like months to do everything.
Thanks, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Agua.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way my costume turned out. Let me close my window for a second. I just put my air on. A modern, like his drummer, what was it, the band outfit that he had? Oh wait, I want to find it. I'm not gonna be able to forget that. Hold on. What were they? He was a drummer. What was that outfit? I mean, I guess it's a little bit more practical, this outfit. It wouldn't be any easier to do. They don't really have good photos of it. Here's somebody dressed up as them. In the drummer outfit. Is this what hype? Oh, is this an actual costume that somebody's selling of it? See, this would be more practical to wear outside of a cosplay, I think. I don't know, would this be cultural appropriation with the, what is it? Quipao? Well, I know it starts with a Q. But yeah, this could be fun. It really could be. Or I could just be Chongyun every day of the week. Just show up to work and school and stream as Chongyun.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
How do you reopen a case if they're already dead? Like, especially in their system of justice, how would that play out? Because then, if they were to lose the fight or die in the fight, wouldn't that be an automatic admission of guilt in their system of justice? Justice system?
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
I just don't understand their justice system, okay? So they have a trial, and the audience's opinion can conclude their guilt, and Novelette finalizes that, or they fight, and whoever loses the fight is guilty. Yeah, I mean, like, oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Whoopsies.
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after?
Is this the first land we've heard about guns? Have there been guns in the other lands? Why does that not sound familiar at all? Because what do the guards in Mondstadt use swords. The guards in Liyue use spears. I think the guards in Sumeru also use spears. Inazuma? No, Sumeru, I think they use swords. Inazuma, they use spears as well. Is this the first we're hearing about guns?
My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Oh, cursed curiosity. Were there guns in, I don't know, Genshin Impact? Genshin Impact before Fontaine. Oh, I guess Fatui skirmishers? They have a firearm? Oh yeah, the guys, but I thought those were more like blow torches or something. You know, like bubble torches. Well, somebody's talking about how Fontaine will give us playable characters with guns. But I really do think this is the first time we're hearing about more guns in the game. There isn't really a clear answer. Do guns exist in Teyvat? The furthest they've gotten, as far as we know, is guns, which seem to rely on the elements instead of being entirely mechanized, like ours, and cameras, though Fontaine may give us more clues as to just how far they've come. Guns are one of the 6 weapon types that characters can use in Genshin Impact Tales of Hedmaya? When did I say that? Ooh, is Paimon not from Teyvat? Paimon is the only one. Wait, we can tell that Paimon is the only one of her type in Teyvat. Teyvat. Ooh, speaking is not a priority today, it seems, for my brain.
But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
So who shot? Well, Callus, I don't think they said he had any injuries. So what were the 2? Maybe one was a miss, so then Callus acted in defense.
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
So did Mr. Callus not have a gun at all? And did he not have a vision? Or maybe he had like a secret gun. Could always have a secret gun.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
See?
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Now we're thinking. Now we're getting to the bottom of it. He had a Pokemon gun.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
Man, it's Skittles.
The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Probably the third person. But it's kind of hard to justify that in court. Being like, whoa, there was a third person, but he dissolved into water. Your Honor, the clothes here show that there was a third person on the scene. Right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
I don't know if we went over this already, but did we find out if they could come back from being dissolved, or it's like once they're dissolved, they're done?
But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us?
Is this stream volume okay? It looks like my talking is a little bit loud.
He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel.
¿Por qué?
Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
That would mess with my perception of the world quite a bit, to know that somebody could dissolve and then... Because then how many other dissolvable people committed crimes that were blamed on other people? Huh? What then? And don't you think the Archon would know about dissolving people?
So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel.
I mean, I feel like that would be such a spectacle. Cause what is her name? The Hydra Archon? Whatever her name is, I feel like she would love that spectacle of being like, and thus they dissolved into water, escaping the scene of the crime and framing another. Farina? I mean, wouldn't that be so fun? Wouldn't that be like such a, ooh, theater, dramatic, oh la la. Instead of, Your Honor, he is guilty because he had a gun on his person. Dissolvable characters? I would say that would be the plot twist of a century in a court.
Once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss.
Aye, aye, Captain. I just look a mess today, huh? Release me from this prison.
And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Because I turned into water. I just look like Tabug, so Tabug always looks like a mess. Is that
Many
what you're
people
trying to
have
say?
laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed.
My hair looks so dark, even though it's not. Don't look at my roots. Once they grow out a little bit more, then they'll look more like a shadow root instead of just like grown out hair. So see? It's weird. In the light, it looks fine, but then like if you put it in the shadow, it starts to look really dark. Like it blends in with my chair a little bit.
But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula.
Spina de Rosula.
The life I lead today.
Why didn't you fight for his justice a little bit more then, Florent?
No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Whoa, to say that right in front of the current boss? You have hair, I didn't see it. See? I just took it down though, in your defense. But to say he's always gonna be the man I respect the most and the one I always call boss in front of your current boss, that's a little gutsy if you ask me. Even if she is his daughter. I mean, seriously, a little disrespectful.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth.
See, she's much more gracious than I am. If somebody said that in front of me, I'd be like, oh, then what are you still doing here? If you don't respect me, get the hell out.
You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Yeah. I know he said, you suck. Your dad, however, the coolest. I don't have mean in my heart, but I have it in my brain.
Heart be pure, evil be erased.
Mind be pure.
purged,
Oh, purge.
World be...
I
always forget that last part.
You'd think I would have that memorized, considering how many times I have heard him say it. I've heard him say it so many times, and still. That dog is so cute. Where am I supposed to go now?
Spirit Blade, attack!
I'm so sorry, Poppy. I'm so sorry, Poppy. I meant to look at my quests. So in my mind, pressing Q would pull up quests. I did. I'm so sorry, Poppy. My heart, it breaks just a little. Whoopsies. Where am I going? Hey, you. Thierry.
Hey, Thierry.
Daddy. It's a daddy. I know, that puppy was like, ooh, that was chilly.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
She's like, yeah. Just a little.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
El poisson.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I do not understand what they're talking about.
I mean, where I work is really up to me.
Sus.
Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Sus. Sus, sir. Sus. Suster. Okay, that's it for stream today. See you guys later. Bye. Bye, susters. Okay, that's really the end today. Bye.
Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Similarly to typing job in the city.
Anyway, enough chit-chat.
His
these
eyes
two
are so
friends of
pretty,
yours,
though.
You, here for some formal business?
Formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's
Similar.
may be related.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
Flabbergasted! He said it! I rarely ever see it used. Flabbergasted.
If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
What's your motive, sir? Does he love Navia? A flower! No, you have more flowers than that, don't you? I have it written down. Not to worry. For some reason, it's been resetting them. I don't know why. Oh, I also need to update my mix it up. That might be why. I'll handle it.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Batting her
Actually,
big blue
I have another
eyes.
question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Let's mix it up. So it's the system, the bot I use to do a lot of my rewards right now. So like when you redeem a flower, that goes through Mix It Up, and it generates like the message and all of that. So it's kind of like Stream Elements or like Streamlabs where it gives like alerts and all of that, but it has a lot more, I would say, capabilities than those.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Poisson.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see,
Oh,
just
we
recently,
were attacked.
we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Is she sus of him? Is she a suster? I really can't make that a thing. I really can't. I will gouge my eyes out.
Then you think too highly of my abilities.
It's his eyebrows.
Dispatching mecha is very different.
His
from
eyebrows is what are
controlling
making
them.
me a little.
If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
That's a weird analogy. Massage your shoulders. Why'd you choose that one in specific?
If
Odd.
you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret.
Well, maybe it's a government conspiracy.
So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Your private units?
They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner
Oh,
is
what is that?
must
The
be
Tui girl?
super rich,
The one who
powerful,
manipulates Lenny and Lynette.
Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Why do I not trust him? You guys made me not trust him.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Father Archilacino, the Nav. Archilacino.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
Got my eyes on you, Tierdy.
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find
He
me
has a
if you need any
twin.
support from the guards.
A twin. I mean, I guess if he was an important character into the story, they would have designed him a little bit better. My Scaramucci. No, I can't. I cannot practice that. Because if he was an important one, they would, like, you know, give him something a little special. Wouldn't make him a clone, not like an NPC. Unless they're doing that to throw us off. Spina de Rosula. And the poodle. All the way over there. El poisson, el poisson. Ooh, I love el poisson. You know that song from The Little Mermaid, the chef sings? Isn't that what he says? What does poisson mean? Meaning of poisson?
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm
French?
my vital energies. Genshin infused water with ice is the most
It's
effective.
fish!
Unlimited mora or unlimited time?
Did I not make any laughing emotes? I don't think I have. But Poisson is a French surname meaning fish. Notable people with this surname include Abel François Poisson, Marquis de Marigny. I cannot speak French. French nobleman who served as the Director General of the King's buildings. Fish means fish. Wow. Can you imagine naming a city
Heart be
Fish?
pure. Evil
Welcome
be
to
erased.
Fish.
Mind
I
be
hope you
purged.
enjoy your stay here,
World be-
Fish.
I always forget that
Are you
last
guys
part.
going to Fish City? It's not even Fish City, it's just Fish. Poisson. Poisson City? Fish City? Smelling a little fishy here. Oh. I get it. Because they investigate things, and it's like a place of supreme justice. So they investigate fishy things. Dots connected. Ooh, she has a very nice hair bun.
May I help you?
I would like to know how you put your hair up in that beautiful bun.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? Sure. I will let him know right away.
Who is Marcel? See, look at that. Meticulous.
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be.
He has
So
a
my
little
legs
bit
are
more of
giving
an
out a bit.
not NPC vibe. He is the one who has done it. He is the mastermind. I have laid my eyes on my criminal.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Liar.
Oh,
And he has purple
you were at
eyes.
the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show.
Huh?
Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed
How did
your
we not know he
marvelous
was there?
sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Marvelous sleuthing work.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf,
Hmm.
I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Thank you.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Paimon, what do you think happened to us in Mondstadt? The Archon there is literally a drunkard.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
That was like the main point of the trial, my girl.
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Why was he reminded of that right away, but then he hasn't said anything to anyone? Huh? It's a little suspicious if you ask me. He's like, oh yes, wow, that was so similar to another case I am aware of, but decided to say nothing about. My ring light. It's gonna fall. Wow, that really emphasizes the what's going on with my hair here. I had it in braids, okay? That's why it's kind of like crimped. Anyways, back to the story. A regularly scheduled program.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
better stop.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We've caught his interest.
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
Yep. They're trying to dissolve her.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace
Again.
that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you.
Fish will always remain a safe
You can always
haven.
return there.
He's trying to get her out of the city. He is trying to get her out of there. Like, it's not safe for you here, but it's safe for you over there. Way far away.
The Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
I don't trust him. I think we found our guy.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But
And it's her uncle,
intend to
too.
go
That
into
makes it
hiding.
worse.
I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
He kind of is.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me.
Liar.
So it'll take me a while to recall.
Liar. Shame on
Confrérie
you.
was
Shame on your
responsible for that.
family.
So I was out and about the whole time, making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
1, not 2. Everyone else has been saying 2. But he just said 1.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
I got my eye on you,
Sounds good. Just let me
Marcel.
know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Everything he says is just very not right. Something's not right about him. Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie of Cabriere and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. So he could have slipped the dissolving agent into whoever's drink dissolved. Or did they have to... Because if they drank it, would they have dissolved instantly? Or... If he didn't get time to drink with the patrons, he might have been able to be in position to... Well, he's not the third person, obviously, because the third person hypothetically dissolved. But he could have been there to throw the water at the third person. And then, Karis, what was his name? The dad? The dad could have been so disillusioned with the government because his own brother betrayed him. Is it actually his uncle, though?
Exorcism
Her
uses
uncle? Or is it
thaumaturgy
just like,
and
oh my
martial
god,
arts
that's
to
my
conquer
uncle,
evil.
Callus?
There are other means to the same end, but they are not the true way.
I got my eye on you, Marcel. Marcellus. Where are we going over clues? Do I have to go under the city? Where are you? Huh? This city is the bane of my existence. I do not like the way it's set up. It's certainly a pain trying to get anywhere. Is she up here? Are you finally?
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
No, no.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's common here in Hawaii to just call anyone uncle or auntie. Like, even people you don't know and, like, have no association with at all, you could just call them uncle or auntie. Like, hey, uncle, you doing okay? Or, auntie, you need help crossing the street, or, you know, stuff like that. So really, anyone who's older than you is your uncle or your auntie.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
His life was already forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Probably.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
That's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
So somebody else fired the first shot. Oh, Jacques could have been the one who was killed first. There's no guarantee that he was killed on the second shot. So if Jacques, how do you say his name? Jacques? If he had a gun and he just got killed in front of Callus, Callus could have grabbed his gun and be like, oh, no, you don't. But then the third guy was like, ah, I'm dissolving. You can't catch me. I'm the Waterman.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
Hey, Farina doesn't need evidence either.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Of course.
Given everything that's happened since,
Our track record
it's quite possible.
just says that. Yeah, like instead of calling a boss miss, you just say ma.
But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Thierry would.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way
I'm
to
not
convert the Gardamex for
that
personal
suspicious of Thierry after Marcel, but he is the one who has the most direct access to the Guardmax. He even admitted that he does have some control over them.
use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, if the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Marcel also,
Uncle Marcel?
he has a lot of fortune, he said, so he could have done a private
Father did really trust
mecha.
him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
That's exactly why he wouldn't be who you would look to first.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
What, we're supposed to think it's Florent?
It is true that he... But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
So you're saying he's too...
Exactly. He can't. And... who could it be?
Oh. Information regarding Florent, Jacques, Callus case record. Oh, there's a third here? Well, I think it's him.
You know, if you think everything through,
Could we be missing other suspects?
Malus has always been very reliable.
I also
And
do
his
think it's
judgment of
Malus
others'
as well.
trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
But he could have just been misleading you, being like, don't look at me, look at those three. They're a little sus, don't you think?
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
Hello?
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging
Where's
in on our enemy.
Tartaglia?
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Arrhenius just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Tartaglia?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so new?
Tartaglia. Tartaglia.
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that someone you know?
Oh, he is someone I know very intimately.
Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Well, I wouldn't put anything against Tartaglia.
Wait.
He's a crafty
None of
man.
our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Tartaglia, we're coming to save
Because
you.
they'll think they've already.
Yeah, and it'll be a...
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to the air nights while I go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner.
Ooh.
Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Arrhenius, leaving his home. You're right. This is our
I am
best
not
opportunity.
silly.
All right then, let's do this. I'll install them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
I will actually not be staying blue for that long. I think I have like maybe one more bottle of hair dye. I'm gonna use that up, and then hopefully by December I'm gonna go red, maroonish, and then after that I'm gonna go full purple. Well, at least as much purple as I can, because my hair is growing a lot quicker than I thought it would. So I'm going back to purple. Don't you worry.
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to...
We'll help you. Just like you.
Mademoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Go away, Maloose.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
Suspicious if you ask me.
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
Uh-huh.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
I don't like your little smile. I know that's probably just in your design, but I got my eye on you too. Sunglasses. Other glasses.
Thank you so much. Then,
See you then.
Suspect analysis. Time to fight.
Now that Navia
I
has
know.
set out for Arrhenius, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
I like how they just teleported us. Sealy! 2 Sealies! All the Sealies!
The fuse is lit.
Oh man, do I have to do a puzzle? I don't like doing puzzles. What am I supposed to do? Go over there. Ugh. Gosh darn it, I don't have time for you. What's this? Oh my goodness. I have a mission to complete. What are these flowers? Flowers. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Stop it. Go to the place Malus mentioned. Is it underwater? I'm here. Find the entrance to headquarters. Oh, I found it already.
Production base is underwater.
When I was exploring, I found it.
Find the entrance.
Whoopsies. I thought I hit the right button. Stingray. Wah! Cha! Rainbug. Cute. That's so cute. I want to do green eventually. I just don't know what shade of green would look good on me. I feel like I might have to do like a dark forest green instead of maybe... Because doing a light green would be pretty hard to do. And I feel like sage green might not work well with me. I don't know. I'll have to think about it because I've done pink, purple, blue, red. I haven't done orange yet. Orange or green. Those are some I have not done yet. Where am I going? This way. How am I supposed to find the entrance to headquarters? Oh, is it this? Talk to Paimon.
Finally found it.
Paimon can swim?
So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
Wait, if Paimon can
It
swim,
doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
why did we have to fish her out of the lake? Doesn't that sound suspicious that she was laying in wait for us to come rescue her? So then she seemed like a damsel in distress when really she was a plant? Paimon's a plant, and she's been manipulating us this entire time.
You're right. An important
Okay.
place like this is bound to have a ton of protective
Don't bring
measures
knowledge
and
into this discussion.
Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epiclese.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
I just love his voice.
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
Oh, child, shut up.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
Oh my god.
I've got to admit,
This is
that's
why
one
I
of the
hate
most
him.
enticing offers I've ever received.
This is why I hate to love him.
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Why can he never keep his mouth shut?
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Do you know who you're dealing with here, ma'am? That's all he looks for.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Oh, you son of a... Oh, I could just choke you.
No. That's not what I meant.
I love that he got her flustered, though. He's like, you want to fight too?
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress.
Hey. That's the point.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Nuevolet looks so done with it. He's like... I hate this man.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on?
Why is she interjecting again?
Hey. Hold your tongue.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness.
Hey, be nice,
That
Novelet.
was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Well, then she'll just fight as well. Your court has no real meaning if you can just fight and be done.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
You tell, girl.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Oh, yeah? Is she just gonna make up someone, or does she actually have a culprit? I feel like she's just gonna make up someone and be like, it was him! Oh my goodness.
And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Tartaglia is probably just like, what is happening? I literally just came here. What was he here for? A sword or something? Or Fatui business? I don't know. But he's probably just like, serial disappearances? What the hell?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
I'm going to murder you.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Tartaglia's like,
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
you. You, sir.
That person is...
Oh, God. Suspect analysis. Combining the information regarding the guard mechs and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there's only one person who can have a large number of guard mechs in his possession and run the synth business without leaving any traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Do I only give one? Or can I build a case?
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
My point exactly.
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Yes, girl, I love your trope knowledge. Enemies to friends to lovers to enemies again. Ooh, friends to enemies. Ooh, she is my type of girl.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
Which is?
If the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
Why is this place
you
just
still
so
wish to charge
court
this man?
oriented?
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on members of the guards. Please contact...
Okay. A confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require...
Apologies. It all just happened, so I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Bite me.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating what really happened in
Elucidating?
that case can we connect all the dots for the serial
What does that
disappearances
mean?
case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Yes, sir.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can...
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Oh my, I didn't like doing this. I did not like doing this, but I guess I must. Nuevelet versus
On the day
Navia.
of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Why is this person kind of cute?
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance... The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
Dumb.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself.
Dang, Callus is kind of hot
Instead,
too.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand.
I see where Navia gets it.
And soon. These are the known facts about the...
Must dispute.
The one with the motive to kill. In truth, the third person. After that, the true culprit turned the... Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. However, we should revisit the case now.
Okay. Florent, the advisor to the Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also... Wait, what is this? Select evidence to refute the banquet. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in the countryside, a estate owned by Confrérie Cabrières. Self-defense. What is this? 3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquetgoers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hand and Jacques had been shot. And okay, that's... I don't think we need anything for that one. 2 gunshots. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. According to the investigation, Callus, who had a motive to kill, murdered Jacques for his betrayal. Didn't she family that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill? Did Callus act in self-defense, or was it more...
The testimony of
Yeah,
the
successfully
confirms
refuted.
that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating
The purple
Callus
in my
when he set out for the
glasses.
banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and it's unfortunately...
The purple in my glasses are blue light shield, so I don't get migraine as much. Okay, the scene of the crime. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from the gunshot wound. Based on the investigation done, there is no possibility that anyone else could have... Well, that's not true. Did not have a gun with him. Okay, 3rd person on the scene. 3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquetgoers heard when they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hand and Jacques had been shot and slain, in addition to the clothing of an unknown person found at the crime scene. Didn't he... Hey, you? There we go.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then...
Okay, and then the guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded the first shot was a miss. This deduction is based on the circumstances where there is a 3rd person on the scene, isn't there? Do I not need that anymore? So you? Like... Ah.
But now, it is... Since it was Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of...
Yeah. Successful refutation.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Yep.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime.
He's like, wow, that was so cool.
You wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact...
Then, may I ask some questions? 1. Do you have the...
I'm afraid not.
Boo!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who... We should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time. Regardless,
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider that.
why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
She is. She's not as much. She's not as spectacle-y.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
That might be true too.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that
Would they have believed that a person had been dissolved?
at least mounted a defense.
Nobody would have believed that unless they had seen it in front of their eyes. Nobody believed it before until they actually saw the person dissolve.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea isn't. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave.
Why?
At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearance.
Oh, now you just bring that up, Maloose? Where was that tidbit of information?
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter.
She's like, the guards are incompetent.
But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist.
You tell him, girl.
But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate.
She should be a lawyer. She should get in contact with Yanfei and they should start their own firm.
I was able to become Spina di Rosula's
Firm around to
president,
that.
which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Hopefully, yes, because then that will open up things I can do on stream and talk about. But just because the SAG-AFTRA TV and film strike might be coming to a conclusion, it doesn't really say anything about the video game authorization to strike. We haven't really heard much about if they are going to put a strike on video games yet, because I think they've been mainly focusing on negotiating a TV and film contract. So potentially, yes, you will be seeing more of me. But also potentially no, if there is a video game strike. I've been posting a lot of updates on my Instagram story, and I have a little story highlight on my Instagram page that kind of covers what's going on in the strike right now. But hopefully a good agreement will be come to that benefits the actors of all kinds. It's a little hard to hold that hope though, just because of the really bad counter offers that the studios have put in place, but hopefully everything is going to work out before the end of the year.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Did I notice her eyes were a different color before? Is that new?
That's right.
I do not think did I notice that before?
Do you have any proof?
That's not new? Okay.
Of course. All you need.
Clorin's like, excuse me, do not bring me into this.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
She's like, girl, screw you. Do not bring me into this.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
See, why did all of these people just hold their silence for so long? They didn't think, oh, maybe I should submit an anonymous tip. Oh, maybe I should have written this down so the facts wouldn't get twisted. I don't know. Complacent.
Since that's your testimony, I have no...
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between...
Right? What she said was fascinating.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial...
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases, in my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely, coincidentally.
And what's his face was already at the scene. Hi, Matt. Welcome into stream. Thank you so much for coming today. Marcel attended the trial with Navia, too.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
Shut up, Marcel.
I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one
Going
of your most
good.
endearing traits.
Doing good. How are you? Have you played Genshin Impact before? I would assume you have, but just in case. Who's your main?
No need to appeal to pathos.
Who is Pathos?
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events?
That's not the point, Marcel. You're the only person who is present at both events who also has enough money to have a mech whatever army and has... Shut up, Marcel.
On top of that, does a person have to be physically present
As
to
in
control the
Ethos
timing?
Lagos
Can't
Pathos.
someone remotely monitor the place?
I don't know what that means either. But I think it's I don't even know how to put it into words. You're still kind of new though. You've only in Inazuma. Oh, you main Tagnari? I main Chongyun. I have main Chongyun for a very long time. I've tried to main other characters, but Chongyun is just like my baby. He's my baby. Oh no, not the audience.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of
He is
suspects
a good
with
boy.
some further investigations until I'm the only one
I really
left
don't
on
know
the
how I
list.
became so attached to him. I maybe I should look back through my streams and gameplay. When did Chongyun become the apple of my eye? I mean, seriously. I even have his little statue.
Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh yeah? You see her as your own daughter? Then why didn't you bring up any of this information before? Like, oh my god, you know what? Carlos's murder, death, whatever, was a little suspicious.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
Oh, I want to sock him in the face.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
Yeah, like you're a son of a bitch.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain.
Logos is appealing to reader viewer logic. Pathos is using emotional intelligence to identify to make the statement. And ethos is more business related. They are persuasion techniques. Wow, that's so interesting. Thanks.
In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I
He's
was
from
young to
Snezhnaya.
and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
From Snezhnaya. Yes, this is a Fontaine case. Oh, I don't know if this might be spoilers for you though, but there isn't really a lot referencing to like the other lands you're gonna go to, but it is spoilers for Fontaine, obviously.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
So, you were just saying that you could have done it from afar.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my...
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
Now they would just cover for
Could
you.
those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Why is he being so mean?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Nagi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
Oh.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feet, but aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
What do you mean,
He
Marcel?
wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on
Hi,
your own
Pajama
feelings.
Boy. He is so condescending. It is making my blood boil and it's making me suspect him even more.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been.
I like how her bodyguard's like, you take that back.
The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Vache! Vache!
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Liar!
I was waiting for you to...
Ooh, a little while earlier at the entrance of the synth production base. Oh, we're back into the water. I like how they just teleported us inside. Again. Up we go. Oopsies. I overshot it. Up we go. Hop on out of the water, Chongyun. Let's get out of here and investigate. Ooh, what's this? Or are we in a domain? Oh, at least it gives me the option to change my party. But this is my party of choice. Beasties.
Fire hazard.
Ew, is that a spider? Gross. What the heck?
One with my blade.
I did not even notice that thing. Well, I don't like that little spider creature thing. So I'm gonna get rid of you quickly.
Adorn my night. From whence you came.
Get out of here. You go back from whence you came. Very good. You got banned on Twitch channels?
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy
To me?
really prepared a lot of
I
stuff
didn't
for this
ban
place.
you. Or did somebody else ban you? Weird. But yeah. No, you okay. I was like, I don't think I've ever banned anyone. Wait, put me back upstairs. Go back up. Up, up. There we go. I am not saving up for Farina. Honestly, I have beef with her. I have beef with Farina. Is there anything over there, or is this just design? Oh no, it's not just design. Is there a treasure chest? What? Why would they put this here if there was nothing here? Liars! You got beef with Linny? Ooh, why do you got beef with Linny? I got burgers. I got hamburger helper with Farina.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's
Should I
take a
just
look
jump?
around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
I'm gonna jump. Is there anything here? I like how they have an arrow, but they don't show a map. But that's my least favorite thing about domains is there aren't maps in here. Like, you would think they would do that. just to be nice or something. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, wait. I need you. Come here, sir. Come here. Thank you. Haha. I know. I love Farina for her gameplay and stuff, but in her quest, no. Oh, I haven't seen her gameplay. Really? I need to send a petition to Genshin Impact. Be like, please, sirs and ma'ams, I really just need a map. Can't you please just provide a poor dumb girl a map? I will even send the Dora song. Here's the map. There's the map. Then a map. Man, a map. The water level is rising. Oh, I think I still need to raise it some. There must be.
Water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Nuh-uh.
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Oh, that's what I said. Thank you so much for following, Matt. Did you know that they changed Ascension quests to easier when I had to suffer one time? I cried trying to do one. Really? They changed it? I don't even remember Ascension quests. I don't recall ever doing them. Either I ignored them or I just blocked them from my memory because I disliked it. Somebody clip that. You caught me thinking. Oh, you didn't hear the yeah? Well, that's good for you. I may have forgotten to put it on a on a channel. But my goodness. Oh, I have trauma. Giving me trauma. Owie. What? There are more of y'all? Lame. Kill him, Kokomi. Kill him. Get him, girl. Hit him where it hurts.
My blade.
Pew 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 pew. Teaching the patience. Well, at least the GIF showed up, right? There we go, there's the water. And I think I set it up so most of my clips will be posted to Discord now. Hopefully. I don't know, I think sometimes I've done it right, and then... Nope.
Let's go!
Has her voice gotten higher this world as well? This land of hers. I loved watching those compilations where they showed Paimon's voice getting higher and higher and higher. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, I might have blocked links being posted into chat. I think that might be something. For Christmas, you, baby. What's gonna happen? It is now forever in my memory. Oh, why is that so scary? I feel like I'm in a cult room where they worship. What are these? They're holding a jar. Are they worshipping primordial water things? Sup, mechs? You wanna fight? Y'all wanna fight? Oh, what? You guys have shields? That's not fair. Who gave you the right to have a shield? Oh! Okay, well, I don't like that. Go fish and do!
One with my blade.
I don't like that, so you're gonna deal with me. Hwah! Die, 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 die. What's your deal, dude? I don't like you. Ouch.
Fallen leaves adorn my nut.
Allow me.
Ay, Dios mía.
Swift and merciful.
Oh, dude, what the heck? Why are there dogs now? What's up, dog?
Wind strike.
Somehow, Kokomi's become one of my strong girls. I didn't even actively build her. I just gave her, I guess, healing bonuses. What? Yeah, healing made her stronger. And you guys. Bad dog. Down dog. I don't know. It might be something in the international market that they wanted to play to. I'm not too familiar with like video games from other countries, so it might just be something more culturally appealing to them.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
There's so many wrong things just now.
Though, as expected, the mastermind. That's right.
Hey, Alex! Ooh, so many chests.
What's all this? Pink accessories, a hairline, a necklace.
It's from the missing people. Oh no. Every time I log into Genshin, I have to re-enter my stuff. Oh.
Oh, Paimon sees it too.
Really? Is that a good part coming up?
Why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Oh my god, we're in a serial killer's lair. And these are all of his trophies.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Gross, huh?
And then they were turned into what? And all the boxes of things. These names.
Oh, look at Lumina's angry. Yeah, I do. I don't play that often either. I mostly play for stream now. But sometimes I like exploring off stream still. But usually I don't play quests off stream. Oh, I haven't played Star Rail in a while either. I should go back to that. Missing persons possessions. No, I don't want to look at all of the serial killer's trophies. I'm gonna be sad. Examine bottles. Ooh, this is all primordial water. Ooh, that's a lot of primordial water.
Here.
Oh, it's synth?
So many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
More Star Rail? Yeah, I'll go back to Star Rail. It is kind of hard sometimes because I'll get caught up into the story and then chat will just kind of fly by me. But the buff is not, it's just not interesting.
There's even fruit flavored synth? Yep, it's super obvious.
Synth. I got the good parts of the story. It's just so fun to have everyone there with you.
Looks like some kind of place for research.
What if Albedo? What if it's Albedo?
Experiment number 16.
Or the evil Albedo? I know this is just like so far off, but wouldn't that have been like so...
And use his theory as a foundation. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh, Paimon, that's such good emotion in your voice. Good job.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just, how could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
Serial killers.
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
I feel like it's a whole group and not just one person. Drink more water. Drink lots more water and electrolytes. That'll help with the cramping. I don't know if Gatorade's that good anymore, though. Pedialyte, I've heard, is pretty good for getting electrolytes back.
So that's why he did. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
Maybe he... Bullshit!
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He's a researcher? Oh! Bullshit!
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Gross. The end is insane. Ooh, I'm excited.
So that's it. Vache was no victim.
No, it was chapstick. I would never.
No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Well, it's probably that legend where everyone is going to dissolve, so maybe he wants to find a way to prevent it in his sick type of way. But if he wants to find a way to prevent it, why did he keep trophies of all of them? And why did he choose... Why females in particular? That's a little bit, damning.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Gross. Who are you pulling for? Are you pulling for someone now? I thought you were saving for Farina. Okay, got this side of the... Dude. Ew, what is this? Is this primordial? What happens if I... Oh, I can't touch it. Okay, that's good. Examine the pool.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Ooh, lucky. I just got Nuevelet.
That means this is where they make all the synth.
Elemental sight?
Special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human.
Paimon, you're so clever sometimes.
On this incriminating evidence.
Paimon, why are you clever now but you weren't clever before? You starting to reveal your true colors here? And I see your true colors shining through. Ew. Ew. And I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to make it change your true colors.
Callus, Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
He was close. Close to the answer, maybe?
Yep. It's about this should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yes.
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with.
The old dog.
If he abides by the promise he's made to us,
What's the prob? Dog.
He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Gasp.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
This is the problem with writing down reports, because then you're leaving a whole paper trail. Just leave it all up in your mind. There aren't mind readers yet.
They're all just...
Callus investigation report.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like...
Bullshit.
We haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalet wasn't able to find anything.
Marcel isn't his real name. His real name is Bullshit. And he made a new identity in Shneznaya, and then came back. Ah! he probably... Okay, he lived in Fontaine, and his name was Vaucher, and his first girlfriend, he turned into water, but when it worked and he couldn't bring her back, he was like, oh no! So then he, I don't know, faked his death? Maybe, perhaps, not far-fetched. And he disappeared, and he reinvented himself in Snezhnaya, and he made a family, or he started a family, or whatever. And then he came back, and he's like, I am just a man from Snezhnaya. But because the serial disappearances happened before he got there as Marcel, it happened there while he was Vaucher. Just watch me be entirely 100% wrong.
Be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
We can just prove he is from Fontaine by dissolving him. That's all we need to do is dissolve him. Because then we could be like, he's not from Snezhnaya, liar. Is it a crime to lie? Well, he lied on the stand. Does that count? Cannot use in domains. I already got this one, I thought. What else do they want from me? I got that. Huh? What do they want? I already did that. Oh, I have to do it all again? What the heck? You need to inspect them all again for notes. Jeez Louise.
Nothing at all.
You'll be a criminal. Again. Paimon, are you looking for snacks?
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Ew.
Vinier. Isn't that Vacher's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see.
I can't wait to see if I'm right or not.
Aw, it's just a normal diary.
But we could use it to put in Marcel's face and be like, look at this diary of Vignette. She talked about how horrible Vaucher was. And then Marcel would be like, I wasn't horrible to her. And then everyone would be like, oh. Take a look at this. They made a list of baby names? Aw. This is so movie court. Girl, I cannot read that. Am I supposed to know Fontainian?
So many. A whole page's worth. But you're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of
I'm sorry, I'm just making up so many crazy conspiracy theories. Bye, Matt. Thank you so much for coming and following me. Thank you so much. But what if Navia is actually Vaucher's and Vignet's daughter? And because remember, Marcel was like, I always saw her as a daughter. And what if that's one of the names? Well, I wish we knew what the name that was circled was. What was it?
The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Oh! Marcel is Vaucher's son!
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has it? Paimon still hasn't figured...
Do they not have DNA tests here?
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vaucher? Oh,
I'm merely surprised.
I was waiting.
Navia, we're back!
Hey! As expected of my partner.
You're 100%
I just knew you'd
that
return in the
bitch.
nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
You know what, sir? Bite me.
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence,
I'm looking at Farina like, you know that's right, girl. Oh, you've never heard of Vaucher? How's this?
But the truth of it, Marcel,
is that you've always been Vache.
Huh? Okay, was I right?
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything.
I thought he was the son.
After Veneer was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you.
They connected the dots that I did not see.
You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains and with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Where did you go
On the
wrong?
lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
I still don't trust you, Maloose.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
Confession! Everyone's like,
What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
Sir, you made everyone else feel that pain by disappearing their ladies.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
I love when villains monologue.
They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
Are they?
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes.
Uh-oh, is he gonna dissolve himself now? I feel like he's gonna dissolve himself.
But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oh. Tea is poppin' hot. Well, I mean, we can't dissolve you, but we can kill you.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Farina could just be like, okay, you want to be dissolved? Here you go. Can she just dissolve him?
See, I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back?
I thought I stopped the ads. Did it not stop? I hope you guys are back.
I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me.
Ha 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 ha.
I spent my entire life living on pins
Navi
and
was like, I'm
needles.
gonna kill this man.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Venier. I promise. We made a promise.
What if he just dissolves all the guards? What are they gonna do? Woo!
Venier.
They can't block it because then it'll hit their arms and they will disappear. Just a random world request.
Please, Venier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
Sorry, dude.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear.
I like how he's just sitting with his legs crossed like,
against Mr. Tartaglia
oh, tea.
no longer have any basis.
Word. He needs some milk.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood after a show like that. I'm actually
He's just watching this whole thing. He's just watching this whole thing like, okay, I didn't know about any of this going on, but Sweet.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards so that...
Here you go. Here you go, Nuevle.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignette.
Yeah, Tartalica's probably just like, dissolving people? I mean, okay.
During an underwater expedition, Vignette accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result.
Loser.
Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignette back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Poisson.
During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rasula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rasula for many years, Vache decided to assassinate their president, Callus. Although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was able to... And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case.
Poor Linny.
Method.
Just a random bystander.
However, his attempt to frame Linny failed.
And Tartaglia just watching this like,
Primordial Sea became public knowledge.
Okay.
This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial...
I mean, it doesn't mean people can't... Other people now have the means to dissolve others. They can just be like, oh, so we just find the primordial sea and we can get rid of people we don't like. Word. Then he was like, no, my sister could have been in that box.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vache.
Still reminds me of Star Rail.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vache is...
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guards! Take Vache away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that...
Hey, you look like Vache.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
What, they always expect a thug? Thug life.
Help Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now... Huh? Are you okay?
Please don't dissolve Navia! Please! No.
Marcel, you were absolutely...
The day our late boss had always hoped for as...
Yeah. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Get out of here, Tartaglia! Leave!
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to.
Wait for me, my love.
Excuse me.
Mi amor.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Just shouldn't have said anything. Should have just left. You know that man's name means cowboy? I wanna be a cowboy, baby.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
We'll just say not guilty.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you—
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
Vache means cowboy.
All right.
I won't be a cowboy,
Stand
baby.
over there, right?
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just, the guilty party has been identified. We now turn to the Oratrice.
What if the Oratrice is like, he's guilty?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique, guilty.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually
Anarchy! Anarchy!
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is, by law, the final verdict of the court.
Well, isn't that stupid?
You must accept the guilty
No!
verdict.
Who says you must accept it? Like, just change the law. Farina's right there. Farina could just be like, no. We all know he's not guilty. Right?
Please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Oh, you son of a gun. Tartaglia's like, well, in that case.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke.
He's like, shut up.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too.
Dude, don't use your fake vision thing. You're gonna kill yourself. He's so cool. Delusion. Delulu. No! I love how they're just playing funeral music now.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Dang, just bodied him. You got a cut. It's getting juicy.
Hey,
smushed like a cookie.
What's going on? Shipmate!
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
I thought he could circumvent that.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Farina doesn't know.
Why are you looking at me?
I know, she's like,
I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Uh-oh, she's starting to unfurl.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
What have I been saying?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of
Where is her
some sort
PR
of
team?
random mishap?
She needs a good PR team.
Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what
Well,
was
she's
going on.
Delulu too. We're all a little
Given
Delulu.
the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
But yeah, I do think she... Because I don't think Farina was the one who went to gonorrhea. Why did it sound like gonorrhea? Coheneria? I don't know how to say it. But wasn't there an Archon before her? Right? Because isn't Farina a baby Archon? Like, weren't most of the Archons killed in Conria? So, folklore, see? So maybe she wasn't the one who created the justice system.
And, of course, for every performance there, if you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
Folklores is Farina? Oh.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable!
Well, she certainly knows how to make it dramatic. No, I don't think Vanessa. I think Vanessa was like a symbol of freedom. 'Cause I don't think she was an Archon. 'Cause Venti was like the wind spirit or something, and he took on the body of his friend after his friend was killed. So I think Venti has always been the Archon.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Because I think at the time of the Conria battle, Venti was like the baby Archon, but now he's one of the oldest Archons, and like Nahida? Is Nahida like the youngest Archon? Because I think she's only like 50 years old. But she hasn't really been in power. She's kind of been in hibernation. So I feel like we'll learn a lot more about the history of the Archons as it goes on, but it's really complicated. All of these Archons and all they've done, and how they all interact with each other.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging,
I do think Venti and Zhongli are like the old men.
for this performance to end.
The old war buddies, if you will.
I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Farina's just like, I gotta get out of here very quickly. Everyone, out of my
she
way.
chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Well, after the Archon quests, I feel like there's still gonna be either a quest for Conria or a quest for against Celestia. And I don't know if we'll journey to Celestia or if we're gonna have quests revolving around Celestia, maybe like a revolution against Celestia. And also we still have the reunited quest to get back with our brother. And then after all of that, we still have the unknown god. Like, what just happened with the unknown god? We still have to solve all of that. So there's still a lot that needs to be done. So I really can't see Genshin Impact running out of content for a while. I mean, especially with all the creators they kind of have making content around their game. They can kind of just mine from everyone's ideas and be like, oh yeah, that was a great idea. We should put that into the story. 500 years later.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity.
Yeah, after you pancaked Tartaglia.
Correct. We will do our utmost to clear his name.
But then who's gonna be charged for falsely accusing him? Farina? Is she gonna be charged for falsely accusing?
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
Yeah, I don't really remember the storyline of Honkai Star Rail. I need to get back into that. I'll probably take a look at that off stream before I bring it back onto stream.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
That's mean, Paimon. I thought we were kind of friends with him. You know, like frenemies. Tragedy repeats itself. Mech. The mechs. Poor Tartaglia. I mean, I know Tartaglia was supposed to be like a villain, but I just sympathize with him so much after Zhongli. I'm still irritated with Zhongli. Poor Tartaglia. He's just had a past. A real good past. A young adult. He is the youngest of the Harbingers, but one of the most dangerous. He is a proud man of his word. I just feel bad for him. What did Zhongli do to him? Zhongli kind of like was going to give him the what is it called? The little thing in their chest, but then he gave it to, oh my god, I can't remember any of their names. La Signora. Cause yeah, the Gnosis was gonna go to Tartaglia, but then he gave it to La Signora, and then Tartaglia witnessed that sort of betrayal with us. We all witnessed that. So we were kind of like, oh, what? Yeah, like Tartaglia was supposed to be the main one taking over Liu Wei and getting the Gnosis from Zhongli. And then Zhongli and La Signora kind of went around him and didn't tell Tartaglia anything that was happening. So Tartaglia was kind of like, what the fuck? So, yeah. I think that's what happened. But anyways, Zhongli betrayed me. He betrayed me. I did all of this work for him. I saved his city for him. I did all of this stuff. I even had to prove that I wasn't the one who killed him. And then he just hands over his Gnosis? I will never get over that. Never, ever, ever. I really don't care why he handed it over. If he was just gonna hand it over, why did he need me to do all of that work?
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
What do you want, Marcel?
Marcel! What are you doing over...
Stop resisting arrest! Cease! No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
What do you want?
Go on.
No, but I'm a little irritated with you after pancaking Tartaglia. It's just so funny how he just went, what? And Tartaglia was just laying there like... Ew, a dead fly in your ukulele?
Thank you. Thank you.
You were just saving a snack for later? Hello?
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
From your dead girlfriend in the fountain. Should I just say that to mess with his mind? Be like, your girlfriend isn't gone. I talked to her. Na 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 na. I talked to your girlfriend. She doesn't remember who you are. She doesn't remember anything. When you finish the Archon quest and you see the special program, there's a special program when that
I
happened.
erased all records of that name. So, unless...
What? Unless what? Because it's a spoiler for the Archon quest? Ooh.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
No, I don't want to tell him. Or maybe I should tell him. Will that mess with his mind? I want him to go crazy.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along.
Loser.
I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last
No,
time.
you don't deserve that.
Request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
Yeah, also, your girlfriend told me she was in love with me and that we're together now, so we're gonna have a child soon.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Yeah, no. No requests from you, sir.
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super...
I want him to be tortured by the thought for the rest of his life that his girlfriend was right within reach. And now he'll never be able to talk to her again. And didn't we, release the girlfriend? Be like, go, be free. You don't need to stay in this fountain anymore. Didn't we do that?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
What are we gonna execute him?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Then die.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
I love that you're so fascinated by us.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor,
I will go with him. You do not...
in that...
Thank you. Thank you.
Novelette's ears. I'm sorry, why do we have to bring him to the plaza? Didn't we not just go over how many girls he dissolved? How many people's lives he ruined? Now, what? Hold up. Hold up. We're saying yes to a killer's wishes to go see the fountain when he just pancaked Tartaglia because Tartaglia was innocent but he was trying to escape? Excuse me? We know for a fact that Marcel Vacher has done horrendous crimes, and Tartaglia is kind of just like, oh, I'm not guilty, what the heck? Let me just get out of here so I can prove my innocence. And Novelette's like, no! But to Vacher, he's like, oh yeah, go talk to your girlfriend, no prob. Excuse
Exorcism
me?
uses thaumaturgy and martial arts
Excuse
to
him, what?
conquer evil. There are other means to the same.
¿Por qué? Rules be rules.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
I don't know, listen. Listen.
And even Grandma could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just...
Vacher.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So...
Vinier, it's me!
Vacher?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Respect the law. You want to see your girlfriend? Go ahead.
Hey, wait! Be careful!
Oh, please don't tell me he's gonna dissolve after all of this time.
You? It's me, Vacher.
Vacher? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You look a lot older.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years.
You suffered? My dude, you made everyone else suffer as well.
All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has... I must be dreaming. Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
Then die.
But Vacher, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
You go, girl.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Is it all of the dissolved girls there?
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
You ripped into shreds, girl.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vacher. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
He's like, I love you, and she's like, die.
I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade. I'm Azine.
The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Haha. L-O-S-E-R.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Oh, you are a woman after my own heart. Many women after my own heart.
The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved.
Oh, I'm so glad we brought him to the fountain.
From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's,
You are following, Alex?
but pure hatred.
Well, thanks for following. Oh.
No. Yeah. She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please. Have mercy.
Why on earth would they give you mercy after everything you did to them, you dumb... Shall I swear on stream? I did a little bit.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
That's right.
But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you.
Pity.
She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
You go, girls.
Vache. 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 Drown.
Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearances of a Oh, sir, I didn't finish reading. What did it say? And you can't do that to me. I didn't read it all.
Finally, we have some
Seemed to have lost his soul and he died of a massive fright. Ah.
It's really
Beautiful.
been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Oh, honey, we will never be able to relax.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
A demoiselle.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Cute.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Facts.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with?
Girl, what bacon? Well, she brings the macaroons. She brings the food.
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father.
Aww.
We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
How sweet.
So his name's definitely been...
It's been the dearest wish of
Has
demoiselle.
Tartaglia been in prison all this time, just waiting for someone to clear his name? He probably woke up after being pancaked like, hello? Hello? Anyone there?
That blasted stubborn fool.
You're the most useless element. Oh, you have beef with Navia?
I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years
What's your
ago.
beef with her? I mean, she hasn't really used her vision at all.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
Who?
Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
You have beef with her element. Yeah, the Geo doesn't have that great of a reputation, I would say. I don't know many people who main Geo characters. Like, not even Zhongli, because Zhongli's more of a support character.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president.
Is she the
of
pink-haired one?
Sula, I believe the story was called "The True Heart of Darkness: Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose." To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been...
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Well, thank you very much.
Now that's
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms?
While you were investigating Vaché's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf.
Who?
It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide.
Oh, Clarenda's the...
I wanted to thank
Clarend's the...
I mean,
the fighty girl.
There's also no point in being...
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought...
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slow... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that... just...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Why do I want to go to her grave?
I also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Navia and Clarend.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After...
And in that case, everyone, let's be off.
Yeah, you're right. It's...
Non-stop. Oh, poor Novelette is sad. He's upset that the court justice has failed him.
This is where my father's grave is.
Huh?
There's not a vape.
Wait.
Aquaphor.
It can't be. Isn't that Novelette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
What are you doing here, Novelette? He's upset.
My apologies. I should have asked.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
Oh my goodness.
You really... In any case... Oh.
Well, ever since that day, there was
What
once a
is
time when
justice?
I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important.
He's
to
having
humans
an
than
existential crisis. I love it. I love it when they have existential crises because of our actions. We just dismantle their whole belief system.
Rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel.
Is that Novelette? Nah, it's just a cumulus cloud.
I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing, but Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, and in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice.
But what is
Justice
justice?
that's higher than life itself.
He's crying. That's why it's raining. Novelette's crying.
So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
And that's why it's been raining for days.
That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
So you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh?
She's like, I clocked your type now.
One of my guys.
Sorry about that.
Didn't I just say?
Ah, so Navia and Nervalet seem... Let's not disturb them for now. We can...
He's not crying anymore. Oh, he's still here. Why is he still here?
Someone's grave before. Did Paimon... Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that... Oh, no. Paimon... Anyway, Nervalet is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like...
So talk to him and give him a kiss. Okay. Smoochy, smoochy, smoochy. Hi. Oh,
it's you two.
Wow, that's so
Did Miss
picturesque.
Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
It's so pretty. Just taking a photo.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
I'm just mesmerized.
Well?
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Oh, do you know where my brother is and what he's doing with the Abyss and why Celestia wanted to destroy Conria and why most of the Archons died in Conria? Like, what killed them exactly? And also, where's my brother and how do I reunite with him? And do you know who the Lost God is and why they kind of sent us here? Yeah, I think that's something you could help me solve. Also, you have children? Question mark. Just played amazingly on my ukulele. Now my keys fell weird because my fingers... I want to learn how to play the piano. About the water from the primordial sea. About the prophecy. Ooh, about the prophecy.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good.
Yeah, that one.
Does that appropriately summarize the
That's right. It was...
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have... Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left
See,
to the
there was
world
an
before she
Archon
passed away.
before. Dragons lay eggs, they don't have children, you silly goof. Because it's how this fan made animation, I think Celestia didn't want to attack Conria itself, but something happened that made the Abyss attack Conria out of so bad that Celestia decided to tell the Archons to kill everything that was in the best creature, and because the Conrians became the Abyss, they were destroyed. At the end of the game, we got to see Fontaine flooded.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydron?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
You know what is odd is usually we get this like period to question at the end of like the Archon quests with the Archon. Because we did it with Venti, we did it with Zhongli. Do we do it with Ball, Raiden Shogun? No, I think we did that one with Yae Miko, actually. Okay, so maybe it's not always the Archon, but then we did it with Nahida. So, I mean, 3 times out of 4. But anyways, it's not the anti... Oh. I just feel like he's summarizing like we usually do at the end of the Archon quests.
With Farina being the way she
Is there anything else you...
See? Anything else you'd like me to ask about? Oh, about
My
Child.
apologies. My investigation has... However, I still believe the judgment... For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case.
It's nuanced.
As a divinely created mechanism, The people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as which is all to say, I have been prepared for it.
So when Lenny told us that he...
I was not aware such a thing.
No, I was like, excuse me?
Serve to prove my
There's a lot more quests? Oh.
To the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any
Why do we
idea
keep
what
getting
was
the
going
shot
on.
behind a bush?
We managed. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret if we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the...
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
You know him so well, Paimon.
Is there anything else you'd like to...
Yeah. What about my brother?
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Seriously? No one?
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese.
Well, so did we. We followed the laws to the letter, and we still ended up in the opera.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
No, but I guess I have to ask about all of them.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special
Blonde people?
water
Never
as
seen them.
water from the primordial sea, but...
You're the first blonde person I've ever met. My water is just ice now.
Truthfully, that name is already quite
Navia still in the
I can
background.
only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research.
Vacher. And ilk? Who is his ilk?
There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
So it really was where everything began.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Oh, we found the pool of it.
So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette.
No, he doesn't, because he doesn't know about my brother. He doesn't know about blonde people.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
Humans are a plague. We're a disease that needs to be cleansed.
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets.
Or maybe the primordial sea is punishing us for the destruction of Conria and the part we've played in it.
Is there anything else you'd...
No. They didn't give me that option before. I had to ask all the questions.
It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
Excuse me? What's that?
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the
Doesn't
clock
know
as
about
well.
Pikachu.
This is merely the nature of...
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Honey, it's been stopped for a while now. Okay. Let me out. As light rain falls without reason.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest?
And have a rest.
Navia said something about having a place ready for us there. Didn't she?
I don't know.
Let's go!
I just want this Hydroculus. Then I'm done for today. Paimon, keep your mouth shut. Thank you very much. Bonjour. Hello. Bonjour, je m'appelle Tai. Et tu, usted? Mixing French and Spanish all day long. Oh man. Wah! Parkour! Parkour! Ah! Parkour! The balance beam. You're so skilled, Chongyun. Oh! Oh. Here goes nothing. Aha! Woo! Got that right. Parkour. Okay. So that is all I have time for today. My head hurts. But yeah, I will see you guys next time, hopefully next weekend. I've been trying to keep my Saturdays clear so I have time to do all of this. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I will probably play Honkai Star Rail next time because I haven't played that in a while and I've been missing it. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to follow me here, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on all of my other social medias. And join me on Discord. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!